Welcome to Big D, Dallas, Texas, and the house the Pony Express built. Dickerson and James and SMU hoping to restore the glory and get things started in this one. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles. And the Seminoles will kick it away to start us off. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So the SMU Mustangs return team didn't help matters out much with that one. And here he is. Let me tell you about this wide receiver. He is a route-running, DB, toasting, pass-catching, touchdown-scoring, woo, son of a gun.
I can't wait to see how this defense is going to try and corral this guy, because you play man-to-man, you risk him running right by you, catching the deep ball. You play zone, and you give him the opportunity to potentially make yards after the catch. Going to have to be really careful trying to cover that dude.
Keeps the legs moving. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Jennings. He's got his man.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter, because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. Turns it on in midfield. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. The Mustangs will hustle to the line.
And I think on that last run play on 3rd down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team, and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is, because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Looking for room. It's Durham. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
And they can't make the play on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. It's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Florida State's offense will go to work for the first time. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have lockdown corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking cornerbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I'm taking a calculated risk if I'm thrown towards one of these two dudes, because you're just asking to get picked off.
At the 35, he's open. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. He couldn't find much running room there, didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
Got a man. It's Durham. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun to give to the back. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Back to throw, it's Jennings. They've got the screen set up. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for it all. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
It's just not easy to bring this guy down, is it? He is so dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands, and it makes me think back to old great seminal running backs like Warwick Dunn, Travis Minor, a guy that I used to play against. How about Dalvin Cook even? Just guys that could make the first guy miss, and then they were able to just explode and burst and take it the distance. This guy right here, he is a unique talent.
Here on 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. The Seminoles will move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Brown. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He leaves it with the back. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Knowles!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
7, SMU 3.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Using the spin move. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Off play action. And the defense gets to the quarterback. The Mustangs will send out the punt unit.
Coming up, 4th down.
Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. To the air, it's Croman Hope. Keeps looking downfield. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Lucas. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Noles want to crank the tempo. To the air on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. They'll line up for a second down play. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excited. The
freshman able to get home with the sack. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Bunch formation, trying to confuse the secondary. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. That's caught. It's Durham. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Running toward the tape. The 10. Touchdown, SMU! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They're bringing heat. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. Quarterback checking off. Looking to pass. It's Croman Hope. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. A 3rd and long coming up here. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Seminoles will punt this one away. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Just enough time for one final play in this half. He wants to throw. He's going to throw deep right side. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium in Dallas to take a deep breath and kind of digest what we just saw.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They'll start this third quarter with a run. There's a live football. Well, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it. Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. He's going to run it. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Trying to get to it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll do it himself. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
We've seen throughout this drive success for the offense when they've been running the quarterback. Finally, though, the defense got it right. Everybody played their assignment. They honed in on him, and they got a big stop.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing that get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, and something can start to build.
He finds his man, and the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. And the Mustangs want to move quickly.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Well, the Houdini-like moves get it to the 22.
Defense is all about creating negative plays. And he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Oh, man, did he turn that one loose and fired it into the teeth of the zone.
And you know as a quarterback, Reese, when you're throwing it to the perimeter of the field on these curl routes, you've got to have some heat. You've got to have arm talent to get that ball out quickly.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Mustang. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure. And, David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense, maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
He'll try to do it himself. At the 40, there he goes. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Good job to get everything he could, then get down with the slide. The Noles have had outstanding quarterbacks over the years, not always dual threats, sometimes a little more Danny Cannell-ish, but using his feet well there.
And even Chris Winkie, and guys that maybe they weren't runners, but man, they made those athletes around them really come to life and were a force multiplier, made everybody around them better, and you found a lot of those guys with these Florida State offenses.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Back to throw, it's Croman Hope. Fires the pass, intercepted. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line. First down for this offense. On the ground, it's Durham. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Trying to burn this defensive back. It's caught. Oh, look out. 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, SMU. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. TCU looked less like a pack of frogs and more like a group of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough in front of its home fans, and today they found a way outside of Carter Stadium. It's one game you don't want to react.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Complete with conviction on the crosser. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to throw it again. He'll pull it down and run. And this sophomore quarterback learning when to use his legs to move the chains. And the Noles headed quickly to the line.
Man, that's so frustrating, and it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it.
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
You know, it doesn't matter how talented you are as a quarterback, how accurate you are, how athletic you are. If you're on your back most of the day, it's going to be very hard to win the game. That's been the case for this guy here today. He's been under pressure. He hasn't been in rhythm. He's thrown an interception. This has just not gone his way.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's...
Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Seminoles! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Takes the handoff. It's Durham. At the 35, he's got room. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. Breaking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Red pass, it's complete. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Smart move to keep it on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. The Mustangs will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Looking to throw, it's Croman Hope. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Comes out throwing on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Seminoles come to the line in the hurry-up.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
He's back to throw on second down. He's got it down the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Quarterback will audible. Out of the shotgun on third down. Going to try to get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. They're trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning the...
A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. They were on the move, but two straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Croman Hope. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. The aerial assault continues. Quarterback moving. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Offense in an empty set. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Finds his man. And they get him, and they'll lose yardage on that completion. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
He slams his way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Now down by 2, inside a minute to go. If they can get this onside kick, maybe they could get into field goal range. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. And right now, you still have a 2-point lead, David, but you have to be aggressive.
And don't let that scare you, right? You've been executing offensively. You still got the lead, Jesse. No need to panic.
Yeah, and this is where your leaders on offense really have to step up. They got to keep everybody calm and make sure everyone's on the same page here on this drive.
On the run, it's Durham. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Mustangs will punt it away on 4th down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. He'll pull it down. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. They'll throw it on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass, it's Croman Hope. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're